This is a review for Music 3000 on the PS2. It's a little bit technical, and if this isn't your thing, perhaps this is maybe a video you might want to not watch. However, you might find something interesting here. It might spark your interest in music production. Hey, maybe stick around. Right, basically what you've got here, this is the third of a series, and final as I can tell, of electronic music production tools on the PlayStation platforms. First two are released for the PS1, and this one is a PS2 title. Basically what you do is you've got lots of pre-made notes, riffs and beats that you lay down on a mixing board, a virtual mixing board, as someone who makes electronic music or has electronic music as part of the music that they make would do. And basically it's designed for people that make dance music, house music, drum and bass, big beat, break beat, you name it. But which is all well and good, and there's a whole ton of riffs that you can use, but the main thing is you can also create your own riffs. Now let's see, at the moment, so let's actually have a look at creating your own riff. Fairly simple layout. You've got instructions on the disc of how to do everything, and I only know the basics, how to get around, how to create riffs, my own, from the ground up. But there's more and make layered song patterns. But there's all kinds of stuff you can do: reverb, echo, manipulation of stuff, notes and things. But I've not got that far in. But once you've got the basics down, and then the slightly more complex stuff, i.e. the riff creation, you can pretty much start to create good stuff from there, and then the more complex stuff at your own pace. It's fairly straightforward. The bottom layout isn't that great, but you do get instructions on the disc, and I got the second hand and didn't have an instruction manual with it yet. Still have managed to find my way around the thing. This first column here is for the volume. The second one here is for the BPM, beats per minute, to set the tempo, and then you have the space from left to right to put each one of these columns to put your riffs in, and you put the notes in from top to bottom. It's a little bit different to the first two music programs in that it's a little bit more complex, and it's set out a little less clearly. And for example, the colours aren't exactly obvious. I mean, green for a riff, which is my riff there, and a grey background. It's not very clear, but you can still get away with it. It's still okay. You've got drum riffs, bass riffs, melody riffs, and vocal riffs. So these are your pre-programmed things. Great. But if you if you want to create something a little bit more individual and cut and paste in somebody else's pre-made mini musical compositions, you just select a blank space, press X, and then you will go and you can create your own riff. You can create, basically, so you decide if you want to make something a drum beat, a bass, something of a bass line, a melody, or a vocal. Well, let's just click on the drums here, and let's just go to the so then you go to the top and you can do I want the cymbal or a hi-hat or a kick drum. I think I'll have a kick drum. So you can preview them by pressing start. Let's press X. Click on it. You select everything using the right analog stick. I mean, the buttons can be changed, but so there you have. I picked hardcore 1 kick drum, and then you can go along the keyboard at the top, decide where you want to place it, and then place one. Then you've got to place it within your riff. So we'll place one there. We'll place one there. So it's 4 bars apart, I believe, or whatever, and then a little bit of a break and a skit, and obviously I could change the note up and down a little bit, but let's just keep it the same. Now obviously that's just me quickly demonstrating. So do you want to save this? Yes. So there it is over there, but it's also mixed in among a bunch of other stuff, something I previously created. So let's take it out and take it down the bottom and have a listen to its on. Now please ignore the buzzing, that's my mobile phone going. I'll have to get back to my friend. Now at the moment, the thing about this tool is you don't necessarily have to make dance music with it. I've just been using it to make some interesting drum loops at the moment. Maybe something that I can use in the future. I am into making music. I've currently become mates with a guy who plays the guitar, and we're currently at the very embryonic stage of putting some music together, the beginnings of a band possibly, with myself on vocal and lyrical duties. Can't play guitar unfortunately to save my life, and my friend on the guitar. We know bassist as well, but anyway, that's a personal digression there. Now so as I say, creatively I've just been using this thing to mess around and create a few little beats here and there. So here's an example of something I've created, sort of a Radiohead-esque indie alternative rock electronic beat, and I've really enjoyed this one. I dubbed this rock beat. I just wanted to create something that sounded organic and electronic, organic and rhythmic, that would be perhaps a good background rhythm in a song. Not that I ever knew if it would be like that, if it would be used in that fashion, but just to see if I could. And this is the result, and you can just get creative in your own way. You don't have to create some bloody trance tune. Let's have a listen anyway to this, what I created. Right, one of the bass drums is dropping out because I'm at the end of the riff, end of the progression that I made. Hang on. What am I? Let's see. For some reason I've added some extra bass at the start and then stopped it later on. Right, I maybe will post the other more Radiohead-esque riff, just so you can see an example of a different beat I made. But for now my 10 minutes are nearly up, so I will have to say over and out. Marks out of 10, 8.5, great tool.